Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's 7-Eleven today. 7-Eleven, as Dustin just pointed out to me.
It's National Slurpee Day, I believe.
National Slurpee Day.
Pretty
yes.
sure you can get a free Slurpee if you go to 7-Eleven today.
Right on. So happy Slurpee Day, everybody. So we're going to have some fun today. I want to get in my comfort zone. I've been doing all kinds of stuff all week, and I love creating creatures, and so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to create a creature. I have no idea what I'm going to do. You're going to get to see me struggle and try to figure it out, and we'll have some fun today. But we've had a really great week, and we've got all kinds of stuff we want to talk to you about. We got great sales going on, so I'm going to hand it over to Nick, who is over to my right, and we've got Dustin behind me.
Hi.
And let's go ahead and throw it out there.
I don't know if you know this, Aaron, but today, Best Buy is having Black Friday in July to compete with Amazon's Prime Day.
Nice.
So I thought we should start our own tradition.
There you go. Okay.
So now we've got Primal Friday because you're known for doing animals and drawing and creatures.
Yes.
So,
Primal Friday.
Primal Friday. So this weekend, go to creatureartteacher.com, enter code PRIME40, and you can get 40% off any course on the website. You can also get 75% off all of our animal drawing courses. They're all 75% off. So you can get the animal drawing bundle, which has pretty much all of them, for $130 off. It's an insane deal.
And it's only $100.
Yeah, yeah. Somehow we owe you $30. But that's not all. We are also having the biggest sale ever on our monthly streaming membership. For the first time ever, you can get our streaming membership plan for just $2.99 a month for the first 4 months. After that, it's only $12.99. But
holy moly!
Yeah, so that is its lowest price ever. Check it out this weekend. CreatureArtTeacher.com.
That's better than Netflix.
That is better than Netflix. It's way better than Netflix. That's going to get you access to 750 hours of art lessons. You can stop and start anytime you want. Or you can go one better and get the best value in art education,
You're on the screen?
Which is our annual streaming membership.
All right. So you want to be on the slide?
Yeah, go to the slide for that. Our annual streaming membership is $100 off, and that gets you everything included in that streaming plan.
There we go.
Plus more, and you get to download and keep everything.
That sounds great.
CreatureArtTeacher.com. Primal Friday. Who knew?
Primal Friday.
Primal. Rawr.
So today I want to do. I've been drawing is Arctic, and so I thought, all right, my brain is in the Arctic because I'm working on another project that takes place in the Arctic.
Martin says, "What about the Primates course for Primal Friday?"
Hey, that's a good idea.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, but what if we created an Arctic predator creature, something that's evolved in the Arctic but hasn't lived yet. We got to create it. So an Arctic predator creature design.
While you're doing that, I'm going to also let people know that I don't have a slide for this, but a bunch of the classes on the website are just $1 right now. So like how to paint light is just $1. Dynamic drawing and painting of the figure is just $1. We're going all in for Primal Friday.
That's great.
Apparently somebody's digging that I'm growing out your old hairstyle. Long ponytail and stuff. I've actually been really thinking of cutting all this off. It gets hot during the summer.
Yeah. So I'm just scribbling right now. I want a big, massive.
Lothar Renz on YouTube says maybe a Nordic sloth.
Nordic sloth.
And Ogtis says a snow viper.
That's a cool idea.
And Black Grinch 414 said mob boss elephant. Awesome.
Dory888 on Twitch says, "It's nice to see you draw again today. I just finished all the laundry for the day, and I'm ready to witness the true beauty of art."
There you go.
Well, hopefully Aaron doesn't disappoint. Oh, this feels like it might be a primate coming. What do we got?
I'm not sure yet. It's not a primate, no.
Because it's a creature. That's right.
Son Goku on YouTube says, I wanted to make a request for the big cat course. Can we get a bonus lesson on cartoon big cats?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Caricatures of big cats.
Well, we've talked about doing a course specifically on anthropomorphic animals or something like that. I don't know if we're going to big cats. I guess it could.
Yeah.
You do have in the How to Draw Wolves, Coyotes, and Foxes course, which again is 75% off at Creature Art Teacher. You do have sort of characterized foxes and wolves and stuff
Yes.
in there. So maybe adding that to big cats does make sense. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the big cats course.
I know, it's crazy. So I'm just
Crazy.
scribbling right now. I'm kind of digging what I've got, but it's hard to tell what I've got for you guys. But I've got it in my brain, my little brain,
Your little
in my brain matter.
Senzo says it's surely gonna be a good Friday. It really is, but don't call us Shirley. Alice Holton says it would be cool if it was coated in slime. Would love to see you paint that texture.
Slime, huh?
Slime. Slimy. Wolfie asks, "Are we doing a griffin?"
No, not really a griffin. I am trying something with a hard nose on it, but I'm not quite sure where I'm going with it yet.
Wolfie also wrote, "I've been rough drawing a peregrine falcon / snow leopard variant recently."
Oh, that's cool.
And Vermis on YouTube says, "Howdy, howdy, howdy, Space Cowboy." Howdy there, Vermis. Theodore asks, "Is it a fantasy creature?"
Yes. Well, it's definitely a made up creature for sure.
Nintendo for Life writes, "Drawing a dragon."
Not necessarily. I'm
Martin says, "Nils told me to ask."
Are you everyone's voice?
He's the messenger. Well, is asking, would you come to Vienna for the art and culture, or for the spring rolls at the Chinese restaurant?
All of the above.
Yes.
All of the above.
The answer is yes.
Animal Girl writes, have you all seen the live action How to Train Your Dragon yet?
No.
Still not
I
yet.
have not.
We need to go see it to support
Dean.
Dean Dubois, Aaron's friend and the director of the movie and the creator of the original. Jason says, "I purchased your lifetime membership. It's been great. I'd really like a video on composition." I really liked the video on composition. I think with the storyboard artist, he does the house with the garage and everything in it. I also like David Coleman's animal videos. Oh, you're talking about the background painting course. That's it's funny. Somebody brought that up today. That's Armand Serrano's course on background painting and composition and layout.
Chef Disney Asia on YouTube asks, will Snow Bear come out on DVD before Christmas this year?
Well, it won't be coming out on DVD, but we will be streaming it
before Christmas.
Before Christmas, yes.
I'm surprised people still use DVDs.
Actually, physical media is starting to make, right as they're getting rid of it, starting to make a little bit of a bounce back in terms of people demanding it.
Huh. Huh.
Huh. Makes sense because a lot of the online stores they tend to not keep videos or certain movies around for too long.
Like, you can't get the first Cocoon on streaming?
Why do I know that? I've
Isn't that
heard
weird?
that somewhere.
But you can get the second one, but not the first
And Wilford Brimley was like younger than me
one. Oh, is he really in
when he
that?
shot. Yeah, when he did that.
It's crazy.
I know. Him and his diabetes.
It's funny is that there's also like certain shows or that they only have certain amount of seasons available, and not all of them start at season 1. So some shows they start at like season 10 or season 12.
All right, I'm getting there. I'm getting there with this. I'm liking it.
Do you have a favorite animal, and do you have a favorite animal you like to draw or animate?
I don't know that I have a favorite animal. Obviously, I like all animals. I really love drawing and animating big, kind of dramatic animals, predators, but things like elephants and whatnot.
The Awesome Cat Mom on YouTube says, physical media is the way to go. I still have VHS tapes from decades ago that still work like new. The one problem with VHS is eventually they will all stop working because magnetic tape
Has a shelf life.
Yeah, it loses its adhesion and the actual image will fall off the tape.
And I have boxes of DVDs and Blu-rays. I just haven't owned a Blu-ray player for years.
Of course, even DVDs can be susceptible to stuff like that. Like DVDs can get what they call DVD rot, where the silver material that the signal is in or whatever that makes it so the laser can read it
Oh yeah.
basically flakes and chips in a way. I'm oversimplifying, but basically the laser can't read the data on the disc anymore.
Huh.
We get this question a lot, but it's from someone new, and it's always worth asking. From Kevin on YouTube asks, what do you suggest for artists who are facing art block and someone who's feeling a bit stagnant with their growth?
Well, I'm doing it right now. Sit down and go out of your comfort zone. Create something that you've never done before. Another thing you can do is, I love watching documentaries, nature documentaries, things like that. I mean, watch things that cover your subject matter that you like to do. That always helps. I get ideas from everywhere. I go out and I love, walking out in nature and doing that. And so there's that.
By the way, whatever platform you're watching us on today, please hit that share button, those subscribe buttons, and like buttons, and all those buttons. It really helps us out a lot. Help us spread the word.
The Awesome Cat Mom says, I've never heard of DVD rot. New fear unlocked. Thank you for letting me know that DVDs can do that.
It's a real thing. It's rare. It's not something that happens all the time, as long as you're taking it, If they're in relatively good climate control, you should be fine.
So I'm trying to give this thing long flowing hair like a muskox.
Give me a muskox with hair, long, beautiful hair.
The Roseworks on YouTube writes, I love your work so much. I have a question. What are some of the most important tools, software, or concepts a creature animator or designer should know?
Comparative anatomy, for one thing. Real world anatomy, that's the biggest thing. Understanding real world anatomy, something I'm still learning and trying to educate myself on, is just biological systems, adaptations, things like that, how environments shape evolution, all of that kind of stuff.
For people just tuning in, I do want to highlight we're having our Primal sale at creatureartteacher.com this weekend. You can use code PRIME40, get everything on the website for 40% off. That's any order over $25. Just add that code or click the link at the top of the website. It'll add it automatically. You can also get our price ever, just $2.99 for the first 4 months. Check it out. That gets you access to 750 hours of courses on our website: storyboard courses, animal drawing courses, drawing and painting courses, animation courses, and more. Plus, we've got tons of other classes on sale this weekend. We've got dollar classes, all kinds of stuff. creatureartteacher.com.
Langdon Don says, "Hi, Lord Blaze. You are a legend. Big fan."
Thank you. That's how I used to have my kids greet me each morning.
Instead I just go, "Morning, little fat man."
Ryan on YouTube asks, "Hey Aaron, I've been drawing big animal portraits lately, and I'm struggling with lining up the pupils evenly, especially strange eye shapes like cats. Any advice?"
Always pay attention to your perspective. Now, when you're saying big animal portraits, are you talking about portraits of big animals, or are the portraits themselves big? Because if you're doing something big and you're having trouble lining things up, gridding helps.
I'll ask for clarification. If you clarify that in the comments, and I'll relay it to Aaron. Ryan.
Did you ask Ross Wiley's question on Facebook?
No, I don't believe so.
From Ross Wiley on Facebook. Did you ever have a "no more ducks" moment on any of your projects?
No more what?
No more ducks, like no more just like the same thing over and over.
I have no idea what
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, me neither.
I think it's what I'm trying to explain. To like, there's just like that one subject that you just can't get rid of like maybe it's like a lot of running cycles or
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Sorry, Ross. I tried.
Other than drawing, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I like playing music. I love playing guitar. I like going out into nature. I find that awesome. I want to see the musculature in the legs. I'm going to go a little smaller length, shorter length fur on the legs. Can you shut that door, Dustin? Vedanta's putting in new flooring. I draw cartoons while my wife does new flooring. I love, which I haven't done in a while, I love diving. Going and getting out into the ocean and getting out on the reef and diving.
Dive.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of that. So we're going to have some fun with the fur.
With the fur.
Hey, I work at a frame shop, and I just framed your Creature from the Black Lagoon print.
Oh, that's cool.
Luke asks, "Hey, Aaron, one question. How do you make anthropomorphic animal characters look distinctly female or male looking? What are the key features?"
I was just gonna ask that question.
Um, a lot of times, if you want something more female looking, they're smoother shapes. You don't necessarily have to do obviously the big eyelashes and big eyes and all that stuff, but there are proportions that you can use in order to get something that more feminine, I guess. There's inherently more feminine, something that's more angular tends to be more masculine. So softer transitions, things like that.
So Ross gave some more context to his question of no more ducks. He writes, "Oh, sorry, it was from a Bill Peets biography. He got so tired of drawing Donald Duck that he stormed out of the studio. He writes that he yelled 'No more ducks' repeatedly."
Oh, I think, well, no.
No.
Hello, hello,
There we go.
hello. We're
Sorry about
back.
that. So when we had the power surge, everybody, the soundboard went down and we didn't catch it. I'll have to make sure that that is plugged into the surge protector in the future.
What is this?
Sound should be back up. Yeah, we had yeah, people are typing audio is muted. It's because of the delay. Yeah, we're back.
We had a little,
We had a
we had
power
a power
surge.
surge and lost our audio for a second.
Yeah, I wonder what would cause that.
A power surge,
Well, what I mean is what caused the power surge itself.
a surge in the power.
Oh my god.
You know what? Shutting up, sir.
Yeah, let me take a look here.
Chef Disney Asia says or asks, "What are your thoughts on William Hanna and Joe Barbera, and have you ever seen or worked with them?"
No, I've never. We all love Hanna-Barbera. Come on, we all grew up with it. But no, I've never met them.
Awesome Cat Mom wants to know, when are you going to do a Brother Bear Lorcana card, Aaron?
If I had $1 for every time I've been asked that question. Oh, I would like to mention, if you're going to be in the Orlando area and on July 20th, we're doing a double screening. Speaking of Snow Bear, we're screening Brother Bear. Sorry, we're screening Snow Bear, and then at the Enzion Theater at 11 a.m. here in Orlando. You can get tickets for that if you go on.
Kids under 12 are free.
Yeah, kids under 12 are free. I think it's an $11 ticket for adults. And so we're screening Snow Bear, and then it's a double feature. Then we're screening Brother Bear right after that. So it's a nice long presentation. And then I'm going to get up and do a little animation demonstration when it's all said and done.
I will post a link in the comments. So if you are in Central Florida or the Orlando area, come check it out.
One thing I'm wondering if it feels a little stiff in its posing. I kind of like it, but I'm just trying one
Oh,
more
and
thing.
I guess because the mics were off, they missed the answer to the question. Yes, Aaron, Magic Man TV, Aaron has drawn a horror creature. In fact, before you asked, someone had asked about his recent drawing of Creature from the Black Lagoon. And this image is a made-up creature. Aaron is drawing an Arctic
No, this is
creature.
real.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on the replay, go to enzian.org, enzian.org. That's the theater where we're going to be screening Brother Bear on the big screen. Eli asks, hey, Aaron, I don't know if you've answered this before, but will you eventually resume your daily drawing challenge videos?
Eventually, yes. It got to, I was taking up too much time to edit those and get started with my other stuff. I got a little too ambitious, but I would love to do that again because I like the concept of it. So once we are able to do that, I'll definitely do it. Do it.
Also, I want to let people know that as part of our Primal sale, this weekend is your last weekend to get our free course, Animation on Paper. You can get it absolutely free if you go to creatureartteacher.com. You can get our Aaron's course on how to animate on paper for free, as well as our character design course, which is just $5. You can get those. Oh, that's the animal. There you go. Cool. Creatureartteacher.com. Pick up a free course and pick up character design by Aaron Blaze, which is one of our most popular courses, and we just added a new bonus lesson to it. You can pick that up for just $5. This weekend ends Monday. Creatureartteacher.com.
There's so many slide buttons with the word primal on it.
That's true.
We got primal this, we got primal that, we got primal everything.
But you control what the slide says on the button.
But then as soon as I push a button, you go, that's the wrong button. That's not it.
I'm gonna get a little head turn in there. I like that a little better than that. And pushing the size of the head a little bit more.
Chef Disney Asia says, Aaron Blaze inspired me to make an animation. It's called Snow Crystals. It's about a snow leopard in the Himalayas who finds magical snow crystals.
Awesome.
Very cool. When it's finished, you'll have to send it our way. We'd love to see it. Raul says, one should never get tired of drawing bears because one can always grin and bear it.
Harmonity on YouTube asks, well, first writes, good afternoon, Aaron.
Good afternoon.
What would you recommend for a beginner artist to improve the sense of depth of their drawing? Thanks in advance.
Sense of depth. Well, there's lots of different ways of getting across senses of depth. So there's overlapping shapes, there's perspective, there's atmospheric perspective. So I would study all of those aspects.
You also made a YouTube video a few weeks ago on that subject, didn't you?
Yeah, I did overlapping in for posing. Yes,
Yes.
to create depth in your posing.
But if you're talking about overall depth of an image, of it feeling too flat or something like that, that type of depth, which a lot of people will struggle with, usually that's because you need more contrast in your values to make it feel more volumetric. That's the type of depth you're referring to.
All right, now we're getting somewhere now, and we're only 30 minutes in, so we got a creature in 30 minutes. I'm happy with that. I'm
When
going
you
to refine it some more.
Awesome Cat Mom on YouTube asks, when using 2B pencils, what do you recommend to do to reduce smudging?
Put a piece of paper down and rest your hand on it. Let that sit over the pencil.
Jason Horvath on Facebook asks, what do you think about Disney World taking out Tom Sawyer Island and the Haunted Castle for the Cars ride?
That's a bummer. I'm nostalgic for those attractions.
And it says, when you say Haunted Castle, you mean Haunted Mansion, or is there like a different?
Yes,
haunted?
that's what they meant.
They're not taking out the Haunted Mansion. I think they're misunderstanding that. They're taking out Tom Sawyer's Island and the Swiss Family Robinson tree over there. They're not taking out Haunted Mansion.
Ah.
People would riot.
Yeah, it's a very, very popular ride. Though, wasn't it like a very? It was really popular, like right at the very, like when it first came out, right, way back when, or was it like very?
It's always been popular, yeah.
Huh?
I mean, it's always been popular.
It's
yeah.
always been popular. Yeah. And the one I missed that we used to go to all the time back when we went to MGM Studios, now Hollywood Disney, is the Hollywood movie ride.
Oh, I know. When we
Love
would do
that
overtime, we would go out there about 1 o'clock in the morning and go in there and just go all through it.
And I really feel like there's I'm always thinking of like this movie got me fascinated to like musicals, and this got me interested in this, but I feel that ride piqued my interest in so many of those things, of
Yeah.
like the classics like Casablanca and Sing in the Rain and
Yeah.
everything in the between, like anything from that era. Just I absolutely found love from that movie ride, especially that final edited video they had of all the clips and everything. from
Yeah,
all
it was
the
great.
movies.
Dennis asks on Facebook, I'm doing a storyboard and I can't get the beginning of the story to work no matter what I try. I like the rest. How should I resolve it?
Well, there's a structure to what you're, to storytelling. And I would recommend checking it against the structure to see if it's working right. And, I whenever I run into problems like that, I start thinking about structure and where it might be going wrong in that way. It's a nice way of just kind of checking your work when you're having problems. It's not, some people get all bent out of shape because they say, oh, you're following a formula. It's not being formulaic. It's just, if there's a reason why it's not working, then this is a good way of if it's not working, there's a reason it's not working. And so this is a good way of just checking to see where it might be going wrong.
And there's some really good books on that topic. If you want to check out Save the Cat by Blake Snyder, that'll talk a little bit about that structure quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
And also Story by Robert McKee.
Mm-hmm.
What hand warm-up exercises do you recommend before drawing?
I don't do hand warm-up exercises. I just draw. It's just get into good habits on how you draw. I try to draw from the shoulder. So that's That's where that's why I don't end up with any really bad
I
wrist
actually have a
pain
YouTube video
or
on that.
carpal tunnel pain or anything like that.
I'll share you. I'll find that particular YouTube video. and
Yes.
something
Yeah,
like that.
share that.
Yep. Found it. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I like this one better. Now I'm trying to figure out, a cold animal when in a windy climate is not going to have exposed teeth because all that wind on the teeth will deteriorate the enamel.
Really?
Yes. That's why like animals with exposed teeth like crocodiles, they live in the water because the water keeps them moist. They don't dry out. But so there's a theory like with dinosaurs, like with T-Rexes and things like that, that they had lips. Not lips like we have, but lips like Komodo dragons have lips.
How would you recommend one should start approaching human figure animation?
Learn human figure locomotion. So you want to understand human anatomy. You want to understand how, the physiology, how our parts work, understanding muscles and how they work. That's a big one. I always recommend, that. I'm a huge advocate for understanding physiology, and that helps so much in your animation. And, observation. Look at video. Look at real live people. Draw over live action. That you'll learn a lot by doing that. In the same way that people learn by copying old masters, copying over live action, you learn stuff. You want to know that you got to push it, but understanding how things really move is a great place to start.
Dun, 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 dun. That was Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
I know you for the home audience.
We had that. We had the album.
Mike Dax says, this creature looks great. Greetings from Stockholm.
Hello.
You like Dax?
I think I'm going to add another.
Will drawing daily help you improve your sketches and animations?
Doing anything daily helps you improve whatever it is you want to do. It's the thing I always say. If you want to be a great soccer player, you play soccer. You play a lot of it. You want to be a great baseball player, you play lots of baseball.
You know what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Practice makes better.
There we go. This guy's getting fun now.
Randall on YouTube says, hello, everyone.
Hello,
And Aaron-
hello, hello.
And Aaron nailed it. I think he's mentioning about that answer you just gave.
Yes.
By the way, it's been pretty popular, so I want to let people know that this weekend is also your last weekend to get free shipping on our book on Aaron's books, art books. We're getting low on those, as a matter of fact.
That blows my mind.
Volume 1 was out of print, so if you're in the USA and you want free shipping on The Art of Aaron Blaze Volume 2, which is over 75% sold out, go to creatureartteacher.com/books, use promo code USA Books, and you can get free shipping this weekend. Or not.
Elize on YouTube asks, "Hey Aaron, have you heard of K-pop Demon Hunter? Do you plan to watch it?"
No. Well, I tried to watch it last night. I couldn't get through it.
It's got phenomenal reviews.
I know. That's why I tried to watch it.
Yeah.
Does it just seem not a fan of the music, or
I'm just not a fan of it. I just couldn't. I'm too old. I don't know what it is. I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. Feels like a Barbie movie to me.
it was like a what movie?
A Barbie movie.
Barbie.
Old man yells at clouds.
Yes. Definitely not my genre. I think the designs are good. I just couldn't do it. Sorry, guys.
And there goes half our fans.
Yeah, I've actually heard really good things about it. I'm curious to check it out.
Yeah, I've already watched it multiple times. Like I love K-pop. I love that kind of music and culture and all that. And so watching the movie, I absolutely loved it. Loved the animations, the characters, everything about it was just great.
Question: does Aaron have any courses on how to write animation scripts?
Well, we've got courses on story and creating stories with Chuck Williams, and we're actually going to be doing some live boot camps concerning that
We
as well
actually
down the road.
do have a course on script writing from Bradley Raymond
Yes.
on our course, who on our site, who is it's a whole course on writing scripts, and
Yep.
his background is animation, so
Yes.
check it out. I posted a link in the comments. That's called One Page Screenplay, Story and Screenwriting with Bradley Raymond. And he's got a really exciting approach on a method for writing screenplays. Kind of what we were talking about before. It's over 10 hours long, the course, and it's 50% off for a limited time. Plus,
I thought you said a really interesting approach with meth heads.
if you write, plus if you use that promo code PRIME40, you can save an extra 40% off orders over $25. So.
What kind of music would you pair with this picture scene for an animation?
Like that.
Julia says, I'm actually currently retaking Bradley's course for the third time.
Nice. Why don't you pay attention this time?
Bradley, Brad Raymond, he's the guy that created Raya and the Last Dragon. He directed Lion King 1.5. He developed a bunch of projects at Pixar. Part of the story trust there for a lot of years.
And he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Kovu says, "Hey Aaron,
Hey, how's it going, Ian?
I love the design, and I was wondering, is that your famous pastel C brush?"
It is. How do you like that brush? How do you like me now?
Sexy.
I posted a link. You can get this brush for just $1, along with several other brushes in Aaron's custom Photoshop brush set 1. Those brushes, even though it's called the custom Photoshop brush set, also work in Clip Studio, Paint, Procreate, etc. Any program that supports ABR files. You can get that whole course set for just $1, or you can get this particular brush for free if you sign up for our newsletter. Go to creatureartteacher.com/news.
creatureteacher.com/news.
If you sign up for our newsletter, you get a whole bunch of free stuff. PDFs, brush files, all kinds of stuff.
No kidding me.
Dream Animation Studio. I feel stuck at a point in my art and sketches. What should I do to get out of that? And should I just trust the process or should I take a break?
Trust the process. Take a break is good too. It's getting out of you. Usually, when you feel that way, you're about to make a breakthrough. You're getting bored with what you're doing. You're ready to try something new. Take a break. Try something new. Get out of your comfort zone. Make a concerted effort to try something you're not comfortable doing.
Kilkenny Lad asks,
Hey, Kilkenny Lad.
there's little to no animation tutorials or even video instruction on how to lay out an aviation background in a traditional animation way, leaving staging space, where should the horizon line be, and stuff like that. That would be really useful in the future.
Well, like flying?
Yeah.
Well, because it's like when you mention horizon line, the horizon line can be anywhere. When you're up in the air like that, you can be pointed up, you can be pointed down, you can be, it's all over the place. So your horizon line is going to be in relation to whatever it is that your subject matter is, wherever your subject matter is. But it's really, it's all the same rules apply for something like that as a normal layout.
As a 13-year-old artist, how do you design animal characters? Do you need to know the anatomy of animals?
You sure do. Yep, I've spent my entire life from the time before I was 13, when I was a young kid. I've spent my entire life studying animals. When I was your age, when I was 13, I was bringing dead roadkill home and drawing that so I could study the way they were built and their anatomy and all kinds of
We're
stuff.
not necessarily recommending that you do that.
Yeah.
But
No,
study
don't do
animals.
that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
But no, I did all kinds of studies when I was young. Well, nowadays you've got the internet, you've got all kinds of tools that I didn't have when I was young.
Also, if you
yeah.
want to check out our website, Creature Art Teacher, we have hundreds of hours of animal drawing courses. And this weekend, they're all 75% off or more our animal drawing lessons. Go to creatureartteacher.com. Go to the tutorials link. There's a whole section there on animal drawing. I just actually posted a link in the comments as well.
So, and going back to the animal drawing question, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And I'm 57 years old, and I've been drawing animals my whole life, and I'm still learning. You'll continue to learn.
I also want to let people know we've got just one spot left. If you want to continue to learn for our upcoming animation boot camp, we are 99% sold out. There were 30 spots available, 29 of them are gone. If you want to join us August 14th through 18th in Orlando, Florida for 4 days of learning animation directly from Aaron, go to creatureartteacher.com/bootcamp. You could be the lucky one to get that last spot. The price includes your hotel, and it includes breakfast and lunch every day. And then the last night, we're going to have a celebratory dinner. So go to creatureartteacher.com/bootcamp, learn all about it, get that last spot. All you got to do is get yourself to Orlando, and we'll take care of the rest.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be sweet.
Justice says my 13-year-old son just plopped an animal carcass on the dinner table and got out his graphics tablet. Said he got the idea from here.
That's my boy.
Drawing that roadkill.
My mother was very tolerant.
Lothar Renz makes a quote saying, "Look, Ma, I found us some stew. Let me draw it first. English Shadrick on YouTube writes, I am an illustrator trying to learn animation, and I am kind of slow. Would you suggest I focus on speed or quality?
Quality. Speed will come. Focus on quality always.
Slow, smooth, smooth is fast.
Speed comes through repetition. Part of the reason Aaron is so fast is because he did just such a sheer number of drawings as an animator.
I
right?
did, yeah.
I mean, you've just the amount of pencil mileage.
Yeah, I've probably done more drawings than most of you will do in a lifetime.
And that's not bragging. That's just the nature
No,
of
that's
being
just-
a professional animator. It's just, it requires you to,
Yeah.
if you're going to maintain a career as an animator, you have to keep your butt in the chair and you have to draw.
And you'll find methods for doing things that will be, everyone has their own method. And over the years, I've developed my own method. You guys watched me struggle through this in the beginning, but I always know eventually it's going to come out. So you have your faith in the process, and you work your way through the process, and ultimately you come out the other side. And so that's what I was doing here. And don't settle. Like I had that one pose and I was like, you know what? I think it can be better. So I didn't settle on it.
Niam Sinclair, hopefully I pronounced that first name properly, writes, Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
I am starting an art course at college in September and considering career options to go into after. Can I ask what you think is the biggest pro and con is from being an animator?
Well, the biggest pro is just how enjoyable it is. I love, being an animator is you're creating life and you're creating worlds. It's a wonderful blend of disciplines with acting and music and art and drawing. And, I can't list enough of the pros. But you got to love it. You got to be willing to put in the time and the effort and, go into it for the money. Go into it because you love doing it. That's how you do anything, really.
And I'm guessing the one con is the hours themselves, like just how long it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there's any cons, really. Anything worthwhile takes time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a career for somebody that's impatient.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It requires patience.
Patience is a virtue. English Shadrick says, I've been using OpenTunes. What do you think of that software if you have used it?
I haven't used it.
OpenTunes was created by Studio Ghibli.
Oh, was
As
it?
their software.
Yeah.
Yes. Heard good things.
But I have not used it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just laying in a base color, and then I'm going to create a clipping mask over this, and I'm going to experiment with various colors.
English Shadrick also writes, I got here recently, and could you go over some of the thoughts that went into designing this creature, specifically the head? It looks really cool.
I wanted it to have more of I wanted it to have a predator look without looking like a bear or a wolverine or anything like that. I wanted it to be more reptilian, but still feel Arctic. And so I kind of gave it reptile traits, but also gave it mammalian traits as well.
And come to think of it, like at first, I was personally thinking that this creature feels like could be like in kind of that Star Wars esque universe.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I was just thinking like I could see it also in the Dark Crystal
Yeah.
universe too,
Brian Froud or Iris Competent.
because like the design of like the horns and the fur, like I can see that being in that universe.
And for people who are just joining us today, this is a creature design that Aaron came up with right at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
So he just decided, I want to draw a creature today, and that is what we are doing.
Yeah, I didn't have anything planned ahead of time. So
What program are you using?
I'm using Photoshop. Not a lot of people use Photo. Not a lot of the young people are using Photoshop nowadays.
Oh. Guess who hopped in on Facebook?
Would that be Manny?
Lila Rush.
Hey!
Says, late to the party, Rush here. I was watching the live on TV, went to have dinner, and now watching on Facebook, and now the creature has turned its head.
Yes, I had him turn his head. The pose was looking a little stiff for me. So I decided to turn his head. Its head. I don't know if it's a he or she or what. All right, so now let's play with some variations in color.
Yeah, let us know in the English Shadrick says, I draw in Photoshop. What do most people use? The industry standard definitely still is Photoshop professionally, but let us know in the comments what you prefer to draw in.
I like to draw on a very interesting software called Paper. And the hardware that I use to draw is called a pencil.
There you go.
And very, very old school, but, very reliable. I laugh at my own jokes.
Jesta says he looks like he would be a little venomous, like a Komodo dragon.
Maybe.
Mm. Yeah, that head definitely does look very Komodo dragon-esque. Just without the horns, of course.
Can you please make a course on teaching drawing for animation? Because I think most people suffer with learning how to draw for animation, keeping forms consistent and volume.
Well, I do talk about that in my animation courses. Very much so.
Do you ever catch yourself comparing your art to others?
I used to, not so much anymore. I find myself more being inspired by others, saying, hey, that's cool. I want to try something like that.
Found my charger. It's on your table.
I didn't know you were missing it. Oh, that's right, from earlier.
Yeah, I guess I left it here. The people are saying Procreate, Illustrator, Clip Studio Paint.
Illustrator? People are using Illustrator still?
Procreate and Clip Studio Paint. Krita,
How big is this creature? I was
Procreate,
originally imagining
Procreate.
it being rather large, but
Yeah, he's bigger than a polar bear.
Photoshop.
that was a good point from Angela talking about comparing yourself. Uh, Angela writes, Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy."
Yes. Not sure I like that.
How about making Aaron Blaze Academy?
I use Corel Paint.
How about what, Dustin?
Citizen Zero uh, writes, how about making Aaron Blaze Animation Academy? He forgot to fill the animation in the middle there. But I don't know about making an academy.
That's what Creature Art Teacher is meant to be. You don't get a degree, but you'll get everything you need to know to be a professional animator, that's for sure.
Did you know that? Now you know.
The whole reason we started Creature Art Teacher was because we, frankly, were appalled with how expensive private art colleges are.
Yeah, when I first started pulling this together, that was one of the big inspirations I had.
Lilo Rosh Facebook says the fur catching wind is really making the character look stronger. Love that idea.
Well, thank you.
Have you ever seen the 1987 movie The Chipmunk Adventure? I read that some Disney animators, including Glenn Keane and Dan Haskett, worked on some of the musical sequences in the film.
No, I haven't.
I saw it when I was a kid. I remember that movie.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Amy says, I just found out your animation on paper course that you offer for free for a limited time. I just want to know how much is that limited time? That sale ends on Monday, but that doesn't mean you don't. You get lifetime access to that course even when you get it for free. So go to creatureartteacher.com. You can pick up our free animation on paper course. That is not a time limited thing. It's just free for a limited time. After that, you get it for free. You get to keep it.
That's right.
You can also pick up our character design course, our #1 selling course, which is over 20 videos, nearly 18 hours of lessons. That is available now for just $5, and that ends Monday as well.
It's pretty crazy. What was the movie or show that inspired you to start animating?
There was no movie or show. It was getting a job. I was looking for work, didn't know what I was going to do, and I had an opportunity to get an internship with Disney, and I thought it would be interesting. I thought it would be an interesting career, and so and I wanted a steady job. I didn't want to freelance anymore. That was my big motivation, and so I submitted for this internship, 1988, and I was accepted into the internship, and I was matched up with Glenn Keane, who became my mentor, and it just really inspired me to want to animate for the rest of my life, and that's how I became an animator.
Does Creature Art Teacher go over human animation as well?
Yes, very much.
We have hundreds of hours of animation courses. We teach animal animation, but we also teach character animation of people. We have a whole course on acting for animation, and that's, thinking human characters and emotions, all kinds of stuff. We've got an advanced animation course, which is only $5 right now. That's, I think, 80% off this weekend. Any plans to do any workshops in Canada?
No plans currently, but I'm sure we will at some point.
Do you study the anatomy of each individual animal you learn to draw?
Yes, as much as I can. I study anatomy in general as well, which helps with comparative, understanding how anatomy crosses from species to species gives you a heads up or gives you a leg up.
Hey Aaron, I've been working on a 3D animated short film for a while, and I'm hoping to finish it by the start of next year. Should I be researching film festivals now or wait until the film is festival or finished? It's you could do some preliminary research now. It's not really going to hurt. Finding out when things like typical deadlines and stuff are. That way you can get a calendar together for which ones you're going to want to apply to and when. How did you come up with the name Creature Art Teacher?
A friend of mine suggested it. That's really where it came from. I didn't come up with it. A friend of mine, I knew I wanted to come up with a website, and it was actually a YouTube channel at the time that I was trying to come up with. And we were also talking about what I wanted to do with my website, and I wasn't sure what to call it. And so he suggested Creature Art Teacher, and I was like, ooh, man, I like that. And so it stuck.
And it just happens to abbreviate to CAT.
Yeah.
David Z on YouTube says, your Procreate Dreams course is the best.
Ah, thank you.
That course also is marked down to just $5 this weekend.
What?
Seriously, our Primal sale this weekend this is one of the best times of the year to go to Creature Art Teacher. This is basically Black Friday pricing happening in the middle of July. Any thoughts on the 2024 Netflix movie Spellbound?
Spellbound.
Did you see it?
Yeah. I saw most of it. I wasn't crazy about it. But once again, you guys know me. I'm not crazy about anything. I'm a curmudgeon.
Hey, Aaron,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm from Nigeria, and I was wondering, how does someone who does not live in the U.S. get a job in animation industry like Disney, DreamWorks, Nickelodeon, etc.?
Well, I know there's remote working. At this point, I'm not really sure because I've been out of the industry as far as hiring remotely like that for a long time. Things are a little different now. I would definitely go onto their site, their website. That's where I would start, and see what their practices are there.
Also, not to downplay anybody's dreams or hopes, because shoot for whatever your dreams or goals are, but also you might want to broaden your horizon. So many people get tunnel vision on just the big animation studios that they forget that sometimes it's easier to get your foot in the door at a smaller animation studio.
Yes.
And that's how you can build up a resume and a reel. The way you
And
get it,
Nigeria's got a really great up and coming animate. Well, I shouldn't say up and coming. It's got a great animation scene. Matter of fact, doesn't Disney have a studio in Nigeria?
I don't know.
I think they have a partner studio there.
When shading, is it true that you should use contrasting colors rather than just black?
Yes. I use complementary colors.
You rarely
I never use black.
Oh.
I don't ever use black, ever.
I've been doing your animation certificate course, and you have greatly encouraged me to put my ideas out, and it also increased my understanding of anatomy.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. Because you got to know anatomy. Anatomy.
Lila Rush on Facebook says, "Here comes the Aaron Blaze signature shadow."
Yes. Because I want it to feel like there's a hill off to the left, out of frame. And it also guides the eye up to where I want you looking.
For people who don't know, we recently launched certification programs on our website. We offer 3 now, actually. We've got one on 2D animation, one on character design, and our newest one is on storyboarding. And if you become a monthly streaming or annual member to our website, you get 50% off those certifications. Is there any art software that can mimic the CAP software you guys use at Disney? Can Clip Studio Paint, Art Studio Pro, or Photoshop mimic it? Of course they could. I mean, that was really rudimentary software.
Yeah, no, pretty much everything can do it.
RD Crafty Aaliyah on YouTube asked, "Are you planning to teach us the new Procreate when it releases?"
Yes.
Are they releasing like a whole new Procreate, or?
It's an updated, yeah, it's an updated version of Dreams.
And Procreate.
Yeah, and Procreate, yes.
Artsy Ally, absolutely. I work for Atomic Cartoons. We've done shows for Netflix, Amazon, and Disney. So there are many ways to work for Disney with smaller studios. Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Gentendo says, "Hey, Aaron and gang, I've been diving deep into your courses now that I'm a member, and I just posted up in your Discord with a before and after pic of my profile pic drawing. Fantastic. By the way, that's another thing. If you become a member to Creature Art Teacher, you get access to our exclusive members-only Discord. And I want to let you know that right now is the best time to become a member. Annual memberships are $100 off this weekend. And our monthly streaming plan is just $2.99 a month for the first 4 months. Go to creatureartteacher.com. You can learn all about those amazing deals. The annual plan gets you everything on the website, plus everything we release over the next 12 months. Everything is yours to download and keep. And the monthly plan gets you access to 750 hours of courses. And what happens is it works more like a Netflix. So you can stop and start anytime you want. You just don't have the ability to download the courses.
Huge. But just huge.
Any thoughts on the use of AI for voice acting?
I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on it. I haven't. It hasn't really crossed my mind.
I've seen plenty of the
It's
like AI vlogs of like Bigfoot or whatever.
Yeah, I mean they're obviously the AI video where people are talking are super easy. Just like it's easy to spot an AI image, or at least I think it is because I wouldn't know otherwise, would I? But it's going to get better. You know, that's all I can say. I don't think it's great now, but there's AI video coming out now that is blowing my mind.
We certainly don't plan on using AI voice acting. I can say that.
Well, maybe Aaron Intelligence, but that's about it.
Yeah, the HI, human intelligence.
In this day and age, is there even any real hope of working with current Disney in the 2D animation space?
I think there's hope, sure. There's
Yeah, I
always
mean,
hope.
Disney has been making television 2D animated content forever, and they still are.
You can always make your own.
What's your thoughts on animation jobs moving out of California?
Well, they've been moving out of California for forever.
Yeah. Like, in fact, even like a lot of,
I mean,
not just animation is.
yeah, animation jobs were being outsourced when I started in the 80s.
Like, I remember when it's not just animation. Like, I remember when I started working at the 3D dev company called Stereo D in California. And a few years of me working there, they ended up moving the business out of California and up to Toronto, Canada.
Toronto?
Up to Toronto. And I ended up moving up there for a couple of years while still working for them.
Yeah.
Angela says, Hiya.
Hiya.
I wanted to let you know that I just purchased the annual membership. Thank
Hey,
you. I
thank
can't
you.
wait to create with you and Nito on the certificates. Woohoo! And then I apologize because I forgot their name, but the person who said that they posted their before and after of their profile picture, that's a member. So this was 7 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And this is now.
Hey, look at that. I see an improvement.
That's a great, huge improvement.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Better form, better just stylization of character. Well done.
Van D Gaming says, "Hey Aaron,
Yeah, how's it
your
going?
art's like fine old wine, totally addictive."
Arca says 2D animation is now the domain of individual creators, which makes it better, in my opinion.
I agree. You know, we've all got the ability to make our own films now. You know, it just takes time.
Did you ask Papa Joe's question on YouTube?
What question? I don't know.
Don't they still make 2D animation studies for their 3D films?
They'll sometimes do character turnarounds and tests and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they make the entire film in 2D first or anything, but they will sometimes do 2D tests. There are still 2D animators working for Disney, yes. Randy Haycock's still there.
And Cooper Schmidt.
Alex Cooper Schmidt's still there.
That's it.
Eric's
Go
still
ahead.
Eric's still working for the company. He just moved.
Yeah, he's not really. Yeah.
I just saw your IMDb. It looks like you worked with my animation teacher on many features. His name is Calvin Leduc.
No, I don't know Calvin Leduc.
So great learning from the masters. He might have been at California.
Yeah, he
Aaron
may
was
have-
in the Florida studio.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
primarily, I should say. All of us here want to thank you, Aaron and team, for making learning animation so affordable for everyone. I would have loved something like this back when I was in high school in the early 2000s. Well, or thank you. If you want to support us and help support our projects of continuing independent 2D animation, go to creatureartteacher.com this weekend and pick up a course. It's the single best thing you can do to help us continue to make projects.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Do you think one day we'll see a blend of 2D and 3D animation? Chinese and Japanese studios don't seem to mind using both. You're already seeing that.
Oh yeah, it's already out there.
Spider-Verse had blends of 2D and 3D.
Oh yeah. Also other shows like Arcane, even though technically it's more like the animation itself is 3D, but all the visual effects are all 2D, like the explosions and smoke, all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2D elements are still around, and I still think probably my favorite of the recent from the years has to be Klaus. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's all.
I agree.
It's all 2D animated, and yet the way they lit it, I almost saw it half the time. I was like, wait, that's got to be 3D. That's got to be 3D animated. I'm like, nope, that's 2D. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
James on YouTube sent us a super chat. Thank you, James, and says, I used to live in Cali, but I work in animation remotely from Utah now. It gets a little lonely sometimes, so I play your videos while I animate, and they're highly motivating. Thanks for fostering this 2D animation community.
Oh, thank you for saying so.
Ink Lightning asks, do you have any knowledge of Adobe Animate?
No.
I do a little bit. It used to be Adobe Flash. It's a vector-based animation software. It's used a lot in television, but it was originally created for the web. Billie Jean asks, how do you go about creating 2D content when you're really bad at making something original? I tend to work a lot better when I'm inspired by other people's works and when I can give my own input on it.
You'll just keep going at it. That's all. You'll get better at it. You don't have enough miles under you.
And Yassine says, yeah, a great example of 2D and 3D combination is Treasure Planet. Yeah, yep.
And Lilo Roche says, would it be fun to see some of the creature's teeth sticking out like a snare?
We actually talked about that earlier. Aaron said typically animals in colder environments, their teeth are not visible
Exposed.
because the enamel on their teeth
Yeah.
would get ruined by the wind.
You don't want it to dry out.
Again, for people just joining us, I want to let people know that we are running our Primal Friday sale. Pun intended, with Amazon Prime running their Prime sales going on right now. You can go to creatureartteacher.com, enter promo code PRIME40 and take 40% off any order over $25 or more. You can also get $100 off annual membership plans, 75% off animal drawing courses, And for the first time ever, we've got our lowest price ever on monthly streaming membership plans. You can get that for just $2.99 a month for a limited time. Go to creatureartteacher.com and learn all about it.
Learn all about it.
Extra, read all about it.
That monthly plan, by the way, gets you access to the Discord server, gets you discounts, all kinds of stuff. Discounts on physical merchandise like books, hats, shirts, stuff like that.
I'm liking how the fur is coming out. It's starting to feel furry now.
Jessica asks, has Aaron ever done any art for card games like Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, etc.?
No. I have not.
We're considering doing something with Lucana because a lot of people have been requesting that, and we were talking to them at one point, just the schedules didn't line up. RC4193 says, Aaron, your watercolor course has put me in a watercolor frenzy and seen great improvement in my painting and regular drawing. Thanks for everything.
Hey, that's good to hear.
Yes, and speaking of which, July is watercolor month at Creature Art Teacher. So all of our watercolor courses are just $10 each or 2 for $15. So the more you buy, the more you'll save. CreatureArtTeacher.com.
Randall's wondering what we're referencing when we're doing the oh no or the oh yeah. Well, the oh yeah is
Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid from Family Guy.
Kool-Aid guy. It was from an old commercial like back in the 90s.
Oh yeah. But
You
then they
break through the wall going, oh yeah. But then it was Family Guy, I believe, and
spoofed it.
yeah, there was a spoof where Kool-Aid Man was like out and about and he gets hit with a baseball from off screen, and he starts leaking all of his Kool-Aid. he just yells, "Oh no!" so that's where the "oh no" and the "oh yeah" is referred to. Randall says, I remember the Kool-Aid commercials as a kid. Oh, yeah. How can you forget those?
But how many of you out there actually drink Kool-Aid?
I did.
I drink tons of it.
Oh,
You never drank it, Dustin, because I never bought it for you.
What about those Kool-Aid bottles?
I don't think those were Kool-Aid.
Oh, those were.
Were they?
Yeah,
It was pre-mixed, right?
the pre-mixed bottles.
I don't remember those.
It
Your
was,
mother must have bought those.
Yeah, you take you tear the cap the top off, which the top is
I didn't buy them. Your mother did.
Mama did. Yep. And I remember playing with those tops because it looked like they had little wings and little tails. I'd pretend I'd be flying those little tops around like they're little Star Wars fighters. Like I was able to make anything into a toy.
You did. You turned your toothbrush into a gun.
Forget about that one. I remember going like we'd be in a restaurant. I'd take two forks and I'd merge them together,
Yeah.
and so they look like just angled wings.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, what's going on?
Any chance you can show us the settings of that pastel C brush and any other brush you use? On my Cintiq 16, they don't seem to have the harder stroke and don't blend as smoothly as on your 32. If you're
The
are
settings?
you using Photoshop, first of all? And then secondly, do you have pressure sensitivity turned on, right?
Yes. Here's the settings right here. It's a dual brush, by the way, so that's a big deal. I've got two brushes mixed together. It's got texture turned on, dual brush setting, all of that.
Yep, here it is. There's the bottle I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't remember buying those for you.
Any chance you'll ever do a caricature live stream?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Ooh.
Sure.
When was the last time you did a caricature?
I don't know. I'm terrible at caricatures. So it'd be fun to do it, and you guys could watch me struggle.
I just remember the one time you drew me while I was watching watching the comments.
Yeah, but it was
The old
more like
house.
a portrait. That's
Yeah.
my thing. I always end up doing something more portrait-like than caricature-like. I got to get into the environment here.
Little Rush asking, do Nick and Dustin caricatures, please. Well,
That's one of the ways I paid for my way through college is I did caricatures at bar mitzvahs and, believe it or not, debutante parties.
Really?
Yeah, in Sarasota. They had debutante parties all over the place.
In some ways, I'm not
What,
surprised.
Yeah.
what kind of parties?
Debutante
Debutante.
parties. Basically, it's the coming out for young girls in rich families. It's kind of a social thing.
Hmm.
What size file do you usually use for your digital paintings?
The images, like this one right here, is 18 by 24 inches at 300 DPI.
He normally works at that those dimensions. In case we ever turn this into a print, that's the really nice.
I like to.
Our
if I-
printer
if I
can
did-
easily do 18 by 24.
18 by 24 is a standard size. So if you ever wanted to frame it, it's easy to frame.
If you had to choose between drawing and animating on TV Paint or on Photoshop, which one would you
TV
choose?
Paint by a mile.
Yeah, he doesn't. He never,
Photoshop is not made for TV Paint's made for animation. Photoshop isn't. You can animate in Photoshop, but it's just not made for it the same way.
So if you had a choice of one or the other, and the one you don't choose gets deleted, then you would choose TV Paint.
What?
That's,
I think that's what they were asking. Like, if you had to give up one, what would you?
yeah, if you had to give up one, and that one that you would have to do both, just illustrations and animating.
I
Between
got you.
Either TV Paint.
Still
or
probably
Photoshop.
be the same answer. Because
Yeah, because I
do-
can illustrate in TV Paint,
Yeah.
and I'd rather if I came down to illustrating, if I had to, I'd go traditional.
Go back to the old oil painting
Or anything. Yeah.
or charcoal.
All right. So we got I'm kind of liking that. I'm happy with that. So now we got to get into them. Where are we at? We're an hour and a half in. That's not too bad.
Um, hmm. CMC's asking, what do you think? What do you think would be some good side hustle ideas for animation artists? Side hustle ideas, like side jobs. Like what
other
kind of
ways to
side
make money.
jobs for animators?
Yeah. Yep, that's what they mean. Other ways to make money. Well, I mean, if you're a 2D animator, you should be able to draw. So any sort of other art related job would make a good side hustle.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of freelance ways to
Illustration.
I was just gonna say illustration, doing murals.
Selling fine art.
Making cards, like birthday or anniversary cards, things like
There
that.
you go. Painting portraits of pets.
Oh, Lilo Rush has a suggestion. Comics.
Yeah, comics. Great idea.
Yassine asks, how many times did it take you to animate the short animation of Ferdinand?
How many times?
Yeah.
Once.
I think they mean how much time is what they're
Yeah.
to say.
It took a week and a half.
Yeah, because you did the 2D animated test on for Ferdinand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube.
Yeah, it's a very rough little test.
Awesome Cat Mom asks, how many drawings are typically done per minute for an animated scene?
Hold on one second.
No, answer it now.
There we go. Now say that again.
How many drawings are typically done per minute for an animated scene?
For an animated scene, how many drawings per minute?
Yeah.
Well, there's 24 frames per second.
Just how long does it take you yourself to draw out a scene within a minute? Or
When I was making Snow Bear, I was averaging about 30 seconds a month.
30 seconds a month.
Yes.
So basically 1 second a day.
Yeah. Yeah, second a day. Yeah.
Which boils down to about 24 finished drawings per day, right?
Yeah.
But you were hitting closer to 50 at certain points, right? But those, I guess, those are roughs.
Yeah.
And person that asked, I responded with thank you.
You are welcome.
David Z is wondering, are you looking at any reference right now?
No.
Is all off the top of his head.
Yeah. I'm looking. Oh no, I take that back. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. I'm not looking at animal reference.
For the animal itself, no, but
Why is that
for the
not
landscape, right?
Yeah. Oh.
What are you doing?
What is going on? There we go.
You all right?
So I'm looking at this right here.
There you go.
for a lighting reference.
May I ask what sort of GPU would I need to draw effectively and quickly at this resolution? For a PC user, for Photoshop, um, Photoshop relies a lot more on the CPU, though. Like with a GPU, like if you're wanting to upgrade or something, I would say maybe like you could start as simple as like a 40 or a 5060 if needed. But yeah.
And any modern Mac will run Photoshop.
But I will say the higher the higher end the equipment, the better it will perform. But Photoshop will run effectively either way on just about anything. Uh,
You all right?
Any
No,
advice
I'm
about how
never
to
all
tell
right.
a story with as few characters as possible? Currently, I have a story, but too many characters. Thanks.
Well, you got to break down, what is that story about? What are you trying to say? The characters will dictate what you're trying to say and how you're going to say it. So, keeping your story simple, especially in a short form, is imperative. I told the whole story with a single bear, talking about, loneliness and finding joy and all kinds of stuff with a single character. Come up with a simple premise. That's the key.
have you ever made a creature for a project or just for personal amusement based on yourself?
No, but that's a cool idea.
Have you illustrated something for National Geographic after
No,
working
I
for
want
Disney?
to so bad. That would be my dream.
Imagine National Geographic just calls you up and says like, "Hey, really like your snow bear short. Do you think you can make some illustrations based on snow bear?"
Yeah,
for-
that'd be
for our
cool,
next
wouldn't
magazine?"
it?
Artie Crafty Aaliyah asks, in all caps, "Do you have a pet?
I have a pet?
Do you have a pet? Yep. Do you have dogs, cats,
Yeah.
a
Several.
rabbit?"
I got 2 dogs and fish, rabbit, cats.
Meow. Lila Ross says, "I recently hired a bunch of 2D animators to draw a book. It turned out fantastic."
Oh, that's great.
Louise says, "Hello there.
Hello there.
Please say hi for your fan here in Brazil.
I
I am
see.
an artist too and very inspired by your beautiful work."
Thank you. Did we lose Martin?
I think he's still around. He's just talking amongst everyone else.
No, he commented earlier because I said whatever platform you're on, and he's like, I'm on platform 9 3/4.
9 3/4. Lilo Ross says, "Nat Geo plus Aaron, that has to happen. How wonderful that's going to be."
It would be amazing.
With Snow Bear completed, are you working on another short film?
I'm working on a feature film. We are working on a feature film here at creatureartteacher.com.
If you become a member to creatureartteacher.com, you get to learn all about the projects we're working on before anyone else. We have a membership at creatureartteacher.com. You can become an annual member, which is $100 off this weekend. That gets you everything on the website currently available. It's all yours to keep. Plus, it gets you everything we release over the next 12 months during the time of your membership, and it's all yours to keep. Once again, you can stream it, you can download it. If you cancel your membership, you get to keep the classes. Or you can become a monthly streaming member, which this weekend is its lowest price ever, just $2.99 a month for the first 4 months. That gets you streaming access to 750 hours of courses on storyboarding, animal drawing, painting, watercolor, charcoal, tons of stuff, animation, fundamentals of animation, acting, effects animation. We've got courses from Aaron Blaze, courses from Marco Bucci, courses from Tim Hodge, Jenny Medved. We've got new teachers coming all the time. You can get both of those memberships at creatureartteacher.com. And as we just alluded to, you'll also get to learn about and tune in to exclusive members only streams that we do every week. And we share news about our projects.
Everything.
Where can one watch Snow Bear?
Currently, it is still making its film festival run. It's going to be in film festivals for a while, but before the end of the year, we will be announcing details on streaming. What size are the Snow Bear posters on the website? 18 by 24.
I did do them at standard poster size, movie one sheet size as well.
Yeah, but the ones for sale on the website.
Oh, gotcha.
What they meant.
Any tips on getting the foot in the door for scientific art books, like biology, paleontology
That's a good
textbooks?
question for Terrell.
I would, if I were you, Diego, who asked that question, I would send my portfolio directly to publishers of those books. That's going to be your best bet, because people who publish scientific books are going to be the ones looking for illustrators for upcoming books. That's where a tool like LinkedIn can be a really, really great tool, because you can find, okay, this is a publishing company, and this person works at that publishing company, and then you can connect with them that way, and hopefully they can become aware of your work. Just don't badger people. Be polite, and if they can't get back to you, just understand people are busy, and but that's going to be a great approach. And then also follow, as Aaron said, people like Terrell Whitlatch and people who do that type of work.
What FPS and DPS do you usually animate with?
I animate at 24 frames per second. And what was the other one? DP? What?
DPS, yeah.
Or DPI?
I think DPI. I think you meant DPI.
Yeah, I do 4K for my productions.
Hello from Uzbekistan.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Hello. Hello there.
Uzbekistan, where's that even at?
Have you ever been attached to a certain art piece you've done where it was harder to use in a business context?
I'm not quite sure I understand the question.
I think what they mean is, like, you've done a piece of art and you really liked it, but
couldn't sell.
it didn't work commercially or for whatever project.
Yeah, I mean
you're
that's
working on.
that's
Pretty
almost
common.
every piece of art I do. You especially as a fine artist, and an illustrator for that matter, but mainly as a fine artist, if you want to sell your work through galleries and things like that, a lot of times you got to do what the public wants. You got to sell sellable paintings, and so a lot of people would complain about that. It's rare that you can just kind of sit down and paint whatever you want, but it happens. And you got to do what your audience wants.
Was Quinn Eye's question the one you just asked
Hold on. Let me see. I open another tab.
from YouTube?
Yes. Yep.
The being attached?
Yes. Yep.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yep.
Then I won't ask it. Yogesh Yanawar says, watching your stream while doing animation.
Hey, nice.
Very nice.
I like to hear that.
What do I do if I've lost my ability to draw?
You haven't lost your ability to draw unless you're talking about something physical. But even then, I'd bet you'd be hard pressed. I'm curious as to what you mean by that. If you mean physically, there's a lot of things you can do. But I'm not quite sure I understand the context of the question. Because there's all kinds of ways of expressing. There's writing. You know, there's a lot of different things that I do outside of drawing that give me the same high as drawing. Music, writing, anything creative like that gives me that same high.
How do you choose colors for an animal under colored lighting when you don't have a reference?
Well, you can figure out color from a theory standpoint. You can think about, okay, if you have colored lighting, that color is going to mix with the local color of whatever it is that you're creating, and you're going to end up with the color there. And there's different intensities of light, and there's all kinds of things to consider that you can come up with. But it's approaching it analytically.
And to Mandan, who's asking if I have any more reference photos packs planned for the future, I do intend on making more photo packs in the future. It's just I haven't really gotten anything yet.
Come on, Dustin. Give the people
Get
what
out
they
in
want.
the field, Dustin.
Give the people what they want.
There's nothing out there that's too hot.
You say that every time, and then winter comes and you don't go out.
That was only this last year.
I'm not buying it. No more excuses. Can you tell he's my son?
Yeah.
Hey, Mopey.
I want to let people know again that we have one more spot left. If you want to learn animation, the basics of animation from the bouncing ball through acting, we're going to have an animation boot camp in August. We're actually having 2 in August, but we've got one spot left for the one going August 14th through August 18th. You can sign up at creatureartteacher.com/bootcamp. You'll spend 4 days in person with Aaron. You're going to get personalized one-on-one instruction. You're going to get feedback. There is just one spot left. Go to creatureartteacher.com/bootcamp, and will you be the one that gets it? Head there now. It includes your hotel. It includes breakfast and lunch each day. We hope to see you there. We
And
already
if you
know.
don't get it, we're never doing it again until the next one.
But we don't have another one announced, so it could be a while. So go ahead, head over to creatureartteacher.com/bootcamp, pick up that spot, start learning today.
Lila Ross is wondering, what equipment do you use to shoot outdoor painting videos, cameras, etc.?
Same as the indoors.
When you first started, you started off with the handy cams.
Yeah, but, I mean, you do most of it now,
but
don't you?
yeah, I do most of it now, and nowadays, if it's outdoors, like if we're out somewhere, usually it would be with my Sony Alpha 1 camera. Uh, but if we have like a bit of like over the shoulder kind of shots, sometimes I would have the A1 set up as a face cam, but then for over shoulder shots, sometimes I might use the my Sony A6400 with it, which is a more compact camera.
That person followed up on when you said you wanted clarification on what they meant by they can't draw. They said it's entirely a mental block that I just can't shake. I've just never been proud of anything I've made, even when others say that my work is good.
Well, get over it.
It's imposter syndrome is what they're struggling with.
Yeah. Well, that just keep doing it. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds like self-esteem issues.
try to find joy in the process.
Yeah.
And if you're not enjoying what you're drawing, then maybe change the subject, change the material. Maybe, if some people will get stuck in this rut where they just draw the same things over and over and over again. Like some people just draw anime characters. So maybe the switch is you need to go do life draw real people, or draw still life, draw what's around you. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you draw those things all the time and you feel stuck in a rut. Maybe you need to try drawing anime characters,
Yeah.
Whatever it is, mix it up, and then maybe that will give you, you won't be worried about the outcome of the piece because you'll be enjoying the process of making the piece. And that's, Aaron's talked a lot about that recently.
Yeah.
That's what art is really about anyway.
It's all about the process. We don't worry about, I'm having fun sitting here doing this piece with you guys. The end result's going to be cool. It's going to be a nice little bonus, but for me, I just love doing this.
Gary Harry on YouTube says, "Hi, Team Aaron. What would you advise people who want to work on animation to put in their portfolio do's and don'ts?"
Put only your best work in. Weight it towards the front. Put your best work towards the front. And don't overfill it. Because having been on the review board, I can tell you that I looked at a lot of portfolios that were overstuffed. If you're putting, a lot of times, at least when we were looking at portfolios, we were looking at them during our lunch break and we had to have everything looked at in an hour and then move on. And so when we got these portfolios that were just too full of stuff, you check out. And you don't want that.
Well, this is my personal question on that. What would you say is the magic number?
There's not really a magic number.
So somebody can walk in with like 50 drawings.
Yeah, I mean,
Portfolio.
you don't want to go that many.
Originally we used to generally say 15 to 25
Yeah.
pages in an illustration portfolio. An animation reel is something different. You want it to be tight and show good acting, and you don't.
Yeah, you want the stuff to be, even if you only have 3 shots in there, make them wow. You don't want to put in your walk cycle training and all that kind of stuff. You should be able to do walk cycles. You should be able to, do basic exercises as part of your job. So no one wants to see that. What they want to see is, shots that are going to really wow them, move them, shots with emotion.
We're actually planning a course on portfolio and reels. So I'm moving up the to-do list. Twitch comment, when I'm doing outdoor art, I find it very liberating to work with analog tools, pencils, markers, and watercolor and such. It's a step away from doing the work in front of the screen.
That's
I
true.
agree. Variety is the spice of life.
And very neat, Lilo Rush. Lilo Rush has got a A6000 sitting there. and is asking what lenses I use. I use for the A60 for my A6400. I use the 18 to 105 f4 lens, and then for my A1, for filming I usually use the Tamron's 28 to 75 millimeter.
Van D Gaming says, this artwork feels like this creature has just arrived on the scene and left fresh footprints behind him in the snow, and it's circling, inspecting everything. Can you possibly add footprints in the snow?
I'm doing it right now. I like that idea.
How do you price your painting?
Demand, hours spent creating them. When you're first starting out and you're not much of a known entity, you've got a price for that. The more demand you get in your work, the higher you can price your pieces. There's a lot of different elements. I had one guy, he was a great artist. He sold his stuff for really good prices, but he priced them by the square inch.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah. JG. He priced his work by the square inch.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I think it was like 100. What did he price him? $100 a square inch, something like that. He got some really good money for his paintings.
And sometimes, like if the art piece was made traditionally, like with whether it be oil or water or acrylic, like wouldn't a lot of artists base the price on like how much of the materials they use?
No, not really, because your price of materials usually is going to, unless you're doing a bronze or something like that, is going to be negligible to the price that you would get for your hours spent. And I might spend $100 on a 3 foot by 6 foot canvas, but that painting is going to sell for a lot more than $100. So I'm not really considering the cost of materials in that.
Makai Lee says, "Hey Aaron,
Hey, how's it going, eh?
I just finished your paper animation course. I got a lot of knowledge out of it, and I'm definitely going to get some animation paper and a light box."
All right.
Who said that?
Makai Lee.
Well, if you
McCabe.
want to be like Makai Lee, go to creatureartteacher.com/paper and you can get our animation on paper course for free. This is your last weekend to pick that course up. It's absolutely free. That offer ends Monday. That course is yours to keep. What we're hoping is that you'll like that course so much, you'll come back and get more classes from us because we've got over 800 hours of lessons on our website. That course alone is 18 hours, by the way, so it's not like a rinky-dink little course that we're giving away for free. Aaron takes you through how to animate on paper, flower sack animation, character animation, animating dialogue, using an X sheet. It's everything that he knows about the process of animating on paper, right down to how to flip the paper. We've also got our character design course. We just celebrated its 9th anniversary. That is only $5 this weekend, and we just added a brand new bonus lesson to that course. So if you've already got that course, you've got a brand new bonus lesson to go check out. And if you haven't gotten it, it's our #1 selling course. It's got over 20 videos. It's, I think, over 20 hours long. Go to creatureartteacher.com this weekend. We've got so many sales this weekend. It's like Black Monday and Cyber Friday all rolled into one. I said that backwards. Black Monday and Cyber Friday.
That's okay.
What advice do you have for a teen kid who's into this stuff, animation, illustration, etc.?
Do it. That's the best advice I can give you.
Practice, practice, practice.
The more you do it, the better you get. Be open to different styles. Don't get stuck on just drawing anime. That's the biggest thing I see now with a lot of kids. Anime is great, but don't just draw that. You want to open up your horizons. Try different things. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going in and adding some highlighted areas. Whoops, there we go. Adding some extra color. There we go.
That snow glimmers effect is really cool.
Thanks.
Burgermeister says you could put an AT-AT off in the distance.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Giving Hoth vibes.
Gonna put some final touches on here.
You know, come to think of it, it looks like like a four-legged version of the what was it, the Wampa?
Yeah, some people were saying that earlier in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, from Star Wars on Hoth. It's
the one where he's stuck in its cave.
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's got white fur.
White fur
The face looks totally different, and the horns and all that.
The horns. I mean, yeah, it's got the fur and it has horns. It's not the same.
Got the
style of
horns and the
but-
fur.
Horns and the fur. Boots with the fur. Martin Berger says AT-ATs for the one more thing. Michael on Facebook said, "Sorry, I missed it. Did you say that you're doing something with Nat Geo?" No, we wish we were doing something with them.
No.
We wish we were. Maybe a crashed Falcon in the back.
Crashed Falcon. Oh, Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon, yep. I mean, you technically could have just a Falcon, like just wings poking out wings and legs poking out the snow. Did. That'd be like so funny, Dad. That'd be like so cute, you guys.
Hey, Aaron, I struggle with doing daily exercises to improve my drawing and painting. Do you have any advice for how to find something simple to do to stay consistent
Sit-ups and chin-ups.
with daily and still keep it fun?
Just draw. That's, people get all hung up on these daily exercises. Just draw. I've never done daily exercises ever in my life when it comes to drawing. I just draw. Just sit down and draw.
Yeah, I think there's this.
I think people get too hung up on, they hear from instructors, you got to do this exercise
The
every day.
academic stuff.
Yeah,
they get caught up on.
just draw.
You know,
Just sit down and draw.
it's really
Make it enjoyable.
about pencil mileage. It really
Yeah.
boils down to that. It's not about, this is a good drawing or that's a bad drawing. In fact, you're gonna make way more bad drawings than
God.
good drawings.
Everybody thinks that I've been drawing well since forever. If you could see the drawings, my drawings from when I was a kid, they're terrible. But I just love to draw. Just sit down and draw.
Again, I want to let people know, if you want to sit down and learn to draw things like animal drawing, we've got 75% off our animal drawing courses this weekend as part of our Primal Friday /weekend sale. 75% off animal drawing courses.
.com.
CreatureArtTeacher.com.
Just want to experiment real quick. See what this looks like.
Erica says, I have so many stacks of bad drawings.
I'm with you, sister.
But you got to get those bad drawings out to get to the good ones. It's just the nature of, when you talk about if you want to play soccer, be good at soccer, you got to learn to play a lot of soccer. Even in the Major League Baseball, people strike out more than they get hits.
Exactly.
If you're batting 500,
Whoa.
you're a Hall of Famer.
Exactly. It's true.
If you're batting in the 300s, you're making millions of dollars. Tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah. All right. I think we're there. Oh, one more thing.
Oh,
One more thing.
One more thing. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, maybe not.
There's always
Oh, maybe. No, I think I will.
there's always one more thing, brother. Okay, Lee asks, hey Aaron,
Hey, how's it going?
what is your next film after Snow Bear, and will Snow Bear be in theaters or in TV platforms like Tubi, Netflix, or Disney Plus?
So, Snow Bear's a short, not a feature. It may eventually be on some of those platforms, although we're probably going to release it independently. We've got a few plans for that. So things like Tubi or something might be a strong possibility later on. But you'll know more about that before the end of the year for sure. So stay tuned. As far as what we're working on after that, we've got a couple of projects.
We've got several different projects that I'm writing right now, and I'm working on some storyboards, and we got shorts and feature ideas and all kinds of different things that we're working on.
Somebody like my party horn sounds. What about making a D-Rex in the background? I'm assuming the D-Rex is
That's the
that
new
dinosaur from the new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching the pitch meeting. You know that guy that does pitch meetings? It's like it's always the studio guy talking to the writer. And they did the new Jurassic Park, and all I could think of was you, Aaron, because it was the same critiques you were saying.
Yeah.
But it was just like, he's like, man, it's been ages since we made one of these Jurassic Park movies. Yeah, at least 2 years. No. Well, I was thinking we could make up a whole bunch of dinosaurs. Well, that definitely gives us some new action figure possibilities.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on Richard Williams?
Richard Williams is one of the greats. He was amazing.
Awesome Cat Mom says, I have sketchbooks upon sketchbooks of terrible drawings just from growing up. That's so cool that you've kept them. I mean, that's the thing, right? And I guarantee, see, this is the funny thing about, we were talking about comparison being the thief of joy, but, it is okay to compare yourself to yourself. And I bet you if you look at those sketchbooks over time, there's an evolution. People want to see their progress in art like it's a stock market line that just goes up and up and up, but it's more like stair steps. It's like plateaus and then jumps and then plateaus, and then you'll be on that level for a long time, and then you might have a breakthrough and make it to a next level. So, and you've said this on past streams, Aaron, if you're getting frustrated, that might mean it's because you're close to a breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
Just be patient and trust the process. Anybody got any plans for the weekend?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to be animating. I've got some ideas for something I want to animate, and I want to kind of do I've got a little thing I want to do on my.
Not taking the boat out?
Little side project. No, probably not. Well, we might actually. We might. All right.
Aaron just bought 4,000 sheets of animation
I
paper.
did. I certainly did.
So much
So you
paper.
can expect some more paper animation in the future. Piccoli says, I got rid of all my sketchbooks about a decade ago, and I regret it nearly every day. I've been keeping the recent ones, and it's fun to revisit them to see the stories they tell. Yeah, sometimes when you move and stuff like that, things like that have a way of getting lost or misplaced, or you just in the moment you'll go, I'll just toss it. But I would say if it's your own artwork, try to hang on to it.
For sure.
Did you think of selling these artworks with your original autographs?
Yeah, you mean signed prints?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, in fact, we have a whole bunch of prints on our website. I guess we could do this one as a print. What do you think, Aaron?
If they want it.
Let us know in the comments if you would be interested in getting this as a print. And if you want to check out the prints we already have, you can go to creatureartteacher.com/prints. That's PRINTS, not like the Prince of
Not
the
the
Pauper.
artist formerly known as.
Yep.
All right, I got the grasses in there. Now I feel better.
No,
The grass is
You
poking
got
up through the snow.
Let me see it, because I'm actually not, I haven't been able to see your monitor this whole time. Oh, that looks great. I hadn't really seen hardly any of the color.
Oh yeah.
All right, now it's time to animate that fur with that level of detail.
Move this over here. There we go.
Very cool. I didn't know you can move it when it went to the full screen like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Any tips? This is someone that joined later from Hello from Serbia. Any tips for regaining the passion for creating art after losing confidence?
You know, you get confidence back by doing it more. You know, what do you say when you get it fall off the horse? You get back on it again. So that's the only way to do it. You just got to get back up there and do it.
And eventually you forget about having fallen off the horse,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because you're just having fun again.
Do it.
So there's our creature face.
Have you ever done 1 minute drawings?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
So they always end up being 10-minute long.
Yeah, I don't like those exercises. People, you know, like the 1 minute
gestures
and all that kind of stuff. People are so bent on doing those, and people end up focusing on trying to get something done fast rather than getting something done well, and I just don't agree with those exercises.
I think the idea is that it's supposed to be that it forces you to just get the gesture.
Yeah, well, I agree with doing 5 and 10 minute drawings, but doing the 30-second and 20,
1 minute,
yeah, it's
I agree. I never found much use in those.
Yeah,
you know.
I just don't agree with them.
Other than, I guess, it just lets you get used to using charcoal.
Yeah.
Like, and go and it's a good way to go through newsprint quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
But going back to keeping your old sketchbooks and all that, Ronnie Williford, who teaches on our website, who has a number of courses, and he's an amazing artist. He burns his old art. He gets tired of it, and he just literally has a bonfire.
Yeah.
So everybody's got their own approach.
Some people sell them. Some people just like to watch them burn.
Mm-hmm. This is a comment. This looks like some sort of predatory goat.
Yeah, it's funny. I felt the same way with the nose once I got it done. He is a predatory goat. I kind of see it. It's a mix up between goat and lizard. Lizard.
Lizard. It's a lizard.
So again, whatever platform you're watching this on, please do us a favor. Hit those like buttons, hit those subscribe buttons, hit the share buttons. Also, I want to let you know, if you go to creatureartteacher.com this weekend, we've got a ton of courses on sale. We've got discount codes. We've got animal drawing courses, 75% off. And we also, in case you don't know, we have a Creature Art Teacher app available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So if you search Creature Art Teacher or Aaron Blaze in either one of those art stores or app stores, you should be able to find our site. So if you want to buy our courses through those platforms, we've got you covered.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just kind of noodling now.
Noodle.
There we go. Thanks, you guys. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And for people who don't know, we stream every Friday. We do 2 streams on Fridays. We do a members-only stream, which if you become a member, you get access to those, and you can learn about the animated projects that we have coming up. And Aaron's already working on them, as a matter of fact, and we're already live streaming the process, the development work. It's like film school every week. And then we have our public Friday stream, which is what you're watching right now, every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern for people who don't know our stream schedule. So we will see you next Friday. In the meantime, go on over to Creature Art Teacher and browse our selection of fine wares.
That's right. Put some beauty back into the world, because that's what we need.
It's our job as artists, right?
Yep. And I want to put my money where my mouth is. I got a couple little projects I want to work on. I don't know if I like it better flipped if it's just new.
Let me see.
I just flipped it. Or is it just because it's new?
Flip it the other way.
It's thinking. That's how I made it.
I think I like it the other way.
Yeah, me too. I got to take my signature off.
Let us know in the comments, facing right or facing left. What do you think is better?
I don't know. There's something about that I like better. I don't know why.
You know, I have no idea why, but I think I have a theory as to why. Because people read from left to right, so it feels like it's inviting you into the canvas that way.
Maybe.
From a compositional standpoint.
Mayhaps.
I'll tell you what, though, it means it holds up as a drawing. Because if you flip
Eric
it,
says, I like the other way.
Oh, the other way?
The other
The
way,
original
too.
way?
well, hold on, we don't know which they mean. So they got to say right to left or left to right.
Got a right, facing left, facing left, facing left. Left.
Facing left.
Lots of facing lefts.
Yeah, it's the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Erica meant like the other
Facing.
way, as in like this way, the left.
Yeah.
Left way.
Yeah. Well, it's funny how that happens.
Lilo Raj says flipping a drawing is the scariest part of drawing.
Yeah, if it holds up, and that's actually something we talk about a lot. If you're struggling with a drawing and you can't figure out why, then left to right. It's funny. People are feeling really passionate about one way or the other.
Some folks are saying left to right.
Some people are saying, I like the original.
Yeah.
I like the new one.
This way right now. Our left or your left?
You know what? Do the signature and we'll release prints facing both directions,
Yeah,
and we'll
right.
see which one sells more.
Yeah, that's the way we'll vote. We'll catch
Yeah.
votes by purchases.
By popular demand.
We'll start with simple 5 each. Whichever one gets sold out first is the winner.
That's
Sold out in
actually-
a matter of seconds.
That's actually a cool idea. Wait, our left or your left?
Yeah, I mentioned that one earlier.
Oh, you did. Sorry, I didn't.
Martin says left with voice recognition technology in Scotland.
Oh, not left. Lift.
Left. Open the doors, please.
Yeah, get a little bit of atmosphere behind you.
Rebecca on Facebook says, there's a solution both ways.
Piccoli says, oh, great. Now I'll have to buy it twice due to my fear of missing out.
Martin says he needs 2 heads now.
Your business partner looks like David Coleman. Are they relatives?
Yeah.
No, Dave and I are not related. Have a beautiful weekend. I like the one where the left side background is empty. Makes the creature stare off into the distance more.
All right. I'm going to go with this one.
Ellie says, that background voice is just so silly and I'm really enjoying the laugh.
Well, that took a turn. Literally. At the end.
Quite
It
the
is.
difference.
That-
All right.
It holds up.
2.5 hours. There we go.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. As we said, head on over to creatureartteacher.com. This is honestly our biggest sale of the year. So, and again, I can't stress enough that monthly streaming membership plan has never been lower. $2.99 a month. Can't beat it. creatureartteacher.com.
If you can't
Spread
beat
the
him,
word.
then join him.
Spread the word.
Put some beauty back in the world.
Put some beauty back in the world out there, bud.
There we go.
Oh, also one more thing about becoming a member. We still live?
We're still live.
We've got some really cool stuff that we're going to be announcing very soon. So seriously, sign up for a membership today. You're not going to regret it.
Yeah.
You
So-
don't want to miss it.
All right. Thanks, you guys. I had a blast. This was a lot of fun. Like I say, always go out, put some beauty back in the world. It's our job as artists. Make people see the world a little differently. And I will talk to you next week.
See
Thanks.
ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cowboy Bebop. Bye.